Daily Doom. May 6th, 2011. All right. Yeah, I've held off on creating a video about this recent stuff that's been going on. Obviously, as we know now, bin Laden is dead. If you are a free thinker and you've been in this, sort of conspiracy frame of mind for a while and do research on things, I think you know that Osama bin Laden has already been dead. I mean, here's the 2004 video frame. Here's the 2007 video frame. If you look at them, they do look very similar. They're obviously not the same person. Osama bin Laden has been dead for a very long time. In other news, I wanted to let you know that I captured a unicorn. And this is a representation of it. I didn't want to show you the real picture of it because it's far too graphic. And I did capture the unicorn, and then I threw it overboard off the boat, threw it out to sea to bury it because, all unicorns, the religion says that we need to bury them there, and I didn't want to show everybody the picture because I just figured you'd believe me. So, you didn't need a video. You don't need any proof. All you really need is a photo, a speech, a really cool long hallway that has red carpet. It's always really good to do. And also something that you need is a really dramatic picture from the Situation Room where everybody's looking around all dramatic. And so if you have that, that's all you really need. I'm sold. I'm completely sold on the fact that we have captured Osama bin Laden in 2011 because we have a very good speech by the president and we have this photo right here. And, as a result of that, we're dancing in the streets, right? We're all excited. Well, for me personally, I know that Osama bin Laden, he died a long time ago. And I don't know if you guys have read this or saw this speech or something, but this is a really interesting interview. But this was from September 28th, 2001. And in this interview, he says of the September 11 attacks, was, I've already said that I am not involved in the 11 September attacks in the United States. As a Muslim, I try my best to avoid telling a lie. I had no knowledge of these attacks, nor do I consider the killing of innocent women, children, and other humans as an appreciable act. Islam strictly forbids causing harm to innocent women, children, and other people. Such a practice is forbidden even in the course of a battle. It is the United States which is perpetrating every maltreatment on women, children, and common people, everyone familiar with the content of the Waco Holocaust, blah, blah, blah. This was something that was pretty interesting. I mean, if you go through and you actually can read his whole entire statement right after 9/11 happened. But, we needed a boogeyman. And boogeymen are very important. If you look at history, we've had a lot of boogeymen. We've had communism. Communism was a boogeyman. Now terrorism is a boogeyman. The war on drugs, that's been a big boogeyman. So America always has to have somebody to fight. We have to have somebody that we're at war with or we're at odds with, and somebody who is an enemy. And one thing that this has actually caused over time is a lot of deaths. It's caused a lot of heartache for a lot of people. But not only that, it's been a lot of profit for the military-industrial complex and the international bankers who fund these wars. And so when you look at all of this and you see where this stuff's coming from, you can tell that, the official story that they sell is not always the truth. Now, every conspiracy theory out there is not true, obviously. There's a lot of bullshit theories out there. However, you want to keep your mind open. You want to do research on stuff. Most people were so blindly excited that the news we killed bin Laden. Well, you know what? Bin Laden hadn't put out a video since 2004. He put out one in 2007, but that obviously is not him. And, so blind jingoism really rules the country. People were dancing in the streets. I mean, look at all the people that were there outside the White House, drinking beer and screaming, America, fuck yeah. But I love America. I just really don't like the way that the government sort of portrays things and is using everything to sort of constrict our freedoms and take things away from us while making everything seem like, it's all good. So what I want to do here is sort of show you some additional things that I find. So what happened? So, Osama bin Laden is killed. That was on May 1st. Well, before that, we had the royal wedding. But right before that, what also happened? Obama released his birth certificate. And so if you've been familiar with what's going on here, this is what, the birth certificate was set up in layers, or was scanned in layers. That can happen with Illustrator, and when you scan things in, but there's just a lot of discrepancies and stuff that's happened on this document. But anyway, so this was there. The next day, Obama, he tore up Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The very next day, boom, Osama bin Laden's been captured. As a result of that, boom, the price of silver has gone down since May 1st. This is sort of an economic ploy, in my estimation, to strengthen the dollar and to make everything seem like, okay, great, we've killed Osama bin Laden, that threat's done. Okay, great. Silver's going down, precious metals are going down. Oh, the dollar's going back up. Yay, dollar's going up. America, So there's a lot of stuff that's going on with this that makes you want to kind of scratch your head. And so we say, okay, so as a result, we capture Osama bin Laden. Now, precious metals are going down. The economy has an uptick. Well, there's some other problems that we need to be aware of. And, because what's some of this other stuff? WikiLeaks said that Al-Qaeda has plotted chemical and nuclear attacks on the West. So they said Osama bin Laden is dead. In my estimation, that's probably some code for something like, okay, we're taking this to the next level now. The boogeyman is gone. Now we need to go after and create some new problems. And so in my estimation, there's probably a false flag of some sort coming. I don't know the specifics of it. Obviously, I'm not in the know. I'm just a guy who likes to read a lot, research a lot, and figure things out, and try to come up with hypotheses and figure out what's going on next. And one of the things that obviously with the anticipated additional threats of different Al-Qaeda attacks are coming. One thing that is being overlooked is the stuff that's going on the Mississippi and the New Madrid fault line. And what's been interesting is that if you paid attention to Dutch Sense videos at all, he's talked about over the last 2 or 3 weeks about a lot of storms being created through HAARP, and he's noticed a lot of very interesting things popping up on the radar, various different circles, various different rectangles of energy that's being pulsed down that gets picked up by a lot of different videos. And let me pull up a screenshot of that. One of the tools that I use is IntelliCast, and if you look at IntelliCast and sort of go through and watch it just occasionally, you will see ring-like storms that are popping up, ring-like radar storms that pop up just like this. And these have been around and going on for quite a while now. And it's very interesting. And most of these storms that have been taking place through the Midwest over the past 2-3 weeks have had a ridiculous amount of these pop up. And it's been very, very interesting to sort of watch these rings. And it's almost like energy is being pulsed down, and then boom, within the next 24, 48 hours, a huge storm pops up. Well, we've had huge storm after huge storm popping up, and it hasn't actually flown over from the West Coast at all. It's actually just like pops up out of nowhere. It's very interesting. So what's happening is we're flooding the Mississippi area. We're flooding the whole plain. We're having a huge flood right now. They're blowing up levees, and what that tells me is something's going on. They're trying to flood that plain. They're going to screw up a lot of farmers' land, right? The tons of acreage we're tearing up as a result of this, which is going to precipitate a food shortage additionally, along with our dollar crash that's going to come on down the road. So our economy's going to slip. Our food's not going to have near as much food. We still have shitloads of radiation pouring across the ocean on us. And so there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And so when you look at all of this and put it all together, you know that something is not right. So bin Laden is done. America relaxes. Yay! Ding dong, the witch is dead. Yay! Well, okay. Well, to me, as soon as I heard that he's dead, I was like, okay, what's coming next? Because typically, they did not do this for no reason at all. There's something coming. It's like a message. It says, okay, so now this phase is done. We're on to the next phase, and America was slipping. The economy's tripping, and things were starting to go downhill. Obama needed a win in a big way, so what better win than to go out and say, hey, we have bin Laden, we've captured him, justice is served, right? So anyways, keep an eye out on things. Things are getting interesting, and so keep an eye on what's. This is the whole floodplain. This is right. They're blowing up, levees and stuff right in this area, right above the epicenter of where the New Madrid fault line is. And so, I'm not, saying that they're purposely creating this, but I know that those storms that have been hitting this area over here have been created, in my estimation, through HAARP technology and through radar technology, whatever they're using to create these storms. It's very interesting when you start watching those anomalies and start watching those radar rings and start seeing what's going on. When you pay attention to that stuff, you start seeing, okay, some shit is not right. So I'm not here to say, hey, here's what's going to happen, here's what's going on. All I'm here to say is, hey, you guys need to think for yourself. What they tell you most of the time is not the whole story. And so you need to do research for yourself. You need to get out there, figure it out. And if you're in this area right here, you got to get the hell out. There's thousands and thousands of people evacuating right now. What was it say? I saw one that said shitloads of people are for evacuating. But yeah, a lot of stuff is going on. You want to keep your eyes out. And start. I tell you what, silver's down to $34 now. Go buy some silver. Buy some food. Buy some dehydrated food. Get some water preparations. Prepare yourself, because some things are coming. It does appear. And again, as always, live with love in your heart. Be a kind, caring person. Let's not be greedy bastards. We got to, live in your heart space and realize that we're all protons, neutrons, electrons. In my estimation, we've all chose to be here at this time. This is one of the most interesting times in the history of Earth ever. And there are more people here on Earth than ever. And we all get a front row seat to all this stuff that's going on. In my estimation, we chose to be here now. And, I think this is great. So a lot of the stuff sucks, obviously, but it's great that we get to be here now. And so let's not look at it as a complete negative, because we're here to facilitate change in some way. So let's elevate our consciousness. Let's elevate our love. Let's elevate our education. Let's open our eyes. Let's help others open their eyes. And that's all we can really do, and live with love and do what we can do to stay alive here and survive and thrive. And we're not better than anybody else. We have to believe this, that we are beneath no one. We are superior to no one. Let's be fearless, for all challenges that are coming our way. And, we realize that we are spiritual beings that are having this human experience right now. So much love to every one of you. We'll catch you on the next Daily Doom. And, it might be next week, might be tomorrow. Who knows? I put them out whenever I feel moved. I felt moved. There was so much shit going on all at once that I didn't really want to focus on one. I wanted to see where everything was going. So something's happening. I don't know if it's going to be a nuclear thing, if it's going to be an earthquake thing, or what's going on, but something's not right. Anyways, much love to each and one of you. We'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot.